Welcome to Insomnia and True Crime, where we try to make YouTube a better place. This is a extended interaction with a subscriber on the channel Truth and Transparency, run by Lana Oriani. What I have done is compiled all of the interactions with this particular person to exhibit their behavior versus my behavior and show why the ongoing harassment and defamation and lies about me are not going to be tolerated and incorrect. And really, since I want to focus on behavior rather than the person, I have redacted the names of the people that I am interacting with in the thread that I'm about to read to you. But before you hear the thread of interactions with that person, you're going to hear when a particular person, after I've expressly told that person not to contact me again in any way, comes onto a panel when I am on Natasha Cooper's channel, and specifically to confront me. Natasha moderates the conversation, and she also gets into it with Natasha. I have sped up the conversation because it's, a bit long, but I very, very lightly edited it for time and for clarity and for taking out the names that I refer to this person as, because again, I want to focus on the behavior and not the person. Everything is public unless I say otherwise. And here's what to pay attention to. The lack of self-awareness, the constant deflection, and made-up accusations of me, that I'm a liar, that I'm a hypocrite, that I victimize people, and so on. The inability to admit their own faults and recognize when they are being hypocritical in their own words. And the constant accusation that all of my content is about Lana, when it's provably false. Now, I don't redact when the name of Lana is mentioned because she's not involved in this interaction. She is just what this interaction is about. And I have been very vocally and outwardly critical of Lana on my channel, and have been the recipient of a great deal of harassment because of it, including from this group of people, specifically this one woman who finally, after I told her on Natasha's channel that I'd be happy to make a video showing our interactions and showing that I did not traumatize or abuse her, then came back after that, just a week ago, saying that I am a stalker and a bully and that I've committed federal crimes. So that was the tip of the iceberg. That was the straw that broke the camel's back. I told her to stop contacting me. I told her to stop harassing me, and it does not stop. It has not stopped. And so I honestly don't think it will stop. It'll be interesting to see if this person reveals who she is on this video by commenting on it. I sort of expect she will, because she doesn't have any impulse control. But she's not invited to do such a thing. I do not want her comments on any of my videos, any of my channels. I do not want emails from her. But we will see if she's able to control herself. And with that, we will now hear the time that she came on to Natasha Cooper's channel to confront me after I told her to leave me alone. And then I will read the entire thread of interactions I've had with this person since the beginning of time, which stems from a video I did about Lana exposing her constant over-the-line conduct toward other people, not just me and other people on YouTube. Here we go. And real quickly, I just want to apologize. There's a little bit of noise that you can hear from my screen recording of Natasha's video because I was cleaning and doing other stuff, and my dog was running around, and also I was coloring as a part of it. So I sped it up so you can hear me madly scribbling during some of the interaction. Apologies for some of the noise, but you know, technology. Here we go.
Well, now how are you back here as yourself now?
Right.
Somebody's telling a story. But I'm gonna turn my camera off and mute for a minute because I got to pee, but I'm gonna let her up. I'm about to piss in my pants. And I sure don't want to pee in my recliner because Lord knows nobody can see. Hang on.
Welcome.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know I was already on. I was sending a message in chat. So Lynn, we're gonna go one at a time, and I'll address every single one of you independently. But as soon as everybody starts talking, then I'm done because I don't play the games that y'all like to play. So Lynn, are you there? Okay.
I'm here.
So I have confronted you since day one on your hypocrisy and your victimhood. I understand that you might be a victim of trauma and true crime. However, you also inflict trauma upon others. I have told you this. I have wrote you an email. I have sent you pictures of my children. And what do you do? What do you do, Lynn? What did you do?
I would be more than happy to share
Stop lying because I have them. I have the emails.
Yeah, I do too. So I would be more than happy to share the entire exchange on a video. More than happy.
I'm sure you would like to expose my vulnerability to you about my situation and my children. That's exactly what an abuser does, Lynn. That's exactly what an abuser does.
Hold on, I just got back.
You bring up children.
If you don't scream, if you ask everybody else to be civil, you can be civil too. And you ask everybody else not to talk over you, don't talk over everybody else.
And don't bring up children.
They're my children.
I don't care whose children it is.
This was a discussion I had with Lynn. She's trying to expose emails that I sent to her with pictures of my children. Did you not just hear that?
What's your name? What would you like me to call you?
You see my name here, and you see my name.
First of all, both of you hush a minute. All right, bring your tone down.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you what. I'm sick of y'all's bullshit.
I'm sick of your bullshit. You get up here and you're screaming at people, telling somebody else what they are or not going to do. No, ma'am, you're not. If you want people to be respectful to you, then you can damn sure be respectful to them.
And you brought up the screenshots in chat. If you want to keep talking about screenshots and how you're going to produce screenshots, I'm not allowed to produce the screenshots? Do you understand the meaning of hypocrisy? Excuse me, I'm talking.
I could give a shit less. You're not going to talk to me like you think you're going to talk to Teresa. I know that stuff much right now. You got
to tell you something. I know what the hell. Nobody's talking to you anyway. You're the one that is yelling at everyone. And this is what I heard. I was in there taking a freaking piss and heard you hollering.
Yep. And I apologize.
You said you sent Lynn emails.
I sure did.
And Lynn said, do you want me to pull out the emails? She didn't say show them.
Yes, she did, Natasha. She said she was going to show them on
the
video. She said she was going to show them on a video. Didn't you, Lynn?
I said I would if you were going to accuse me of being an abuser. Absolutely.
You did. Because you know why? I confided in you about my trauma. And what did you do? Now you want to show and expose everything that I provided you out of me being vulnerable to you. Now you want to an abuser, and you're further causing trauma to somebody who was trying to be vulnerable to you. Yes or no?
No.
Let me ask the question. Has she shown the pictures?
No, she just
has she shown the emails?
Natasha, what I'm telling you right now is she just said it. She just said that live right now.
She didn't say anything about making a video.
Natasha, don't gaslight me because yes, she did.
Did she say? I was showing the video.
What you said?
When? Can I clarify what I said? May I say what I said?
When?
Will you let me talk?
Everybody heard it, Lynn.
Okay, I'm gonna ask the chat. Hold on. Did Lynn say she was gonna show emails on live?
This is what I said, Natasha. She accused me of being an abuser. I said, oh, if you're going to accuse me of being an abuser, I will be more than happy to share the exchange. That's what I said. So when I am defamed, I show the receipts and was talking about these screenshots about my abuse in the chat for quite some time. So she brought it up.
Vulnerability to that. Lynn, stop lying. Stop spinning it. Natasha, I got your email, girl. I'll send it to you.
And you know what? I apologize.
Here's what I'm telling you now. My former name. That's what my former name is. You don't believe that? Go ask Kim Cost. I don't care about what you're calling me. You need to apologize for sitting up here and fronting like you're some big advocate, and you don't go against. You don't do trauma to other people. Yes, you do. And not only that, on that stuff that was exposed from Lana last night, your job is to manipulate people into thinking, for them to think what you think of your client. People,
that's a lie.
This is somebody who has had a profession in manipulation.
You're
This
lying.
is who this person is. Stop
Okay, well,
lying, Lynn.
let me
That's
say
what you
this.
said.
Let me say this. As far as manipulation goes, nobody's manipulating me anywhere. I think for myself. And I can certainly make my own decisions, as I'm sure everyone in this chat is
And
intellectually
that's
able.
fair.
I apologized to Teresa for the way I spoke with her to her that night, and privately. And how was that apology returned?
Girl, are you
By her
apologizing to me?
thinking, excuse me, by her thanking
I don't care. I'm
Lana
not
at the end
I
of the
don't even
video.
like
yesterday.
unmasked. But you think you're going to tell somebody to talk somebody over, and you're not, because I'm not the one. I can assure you, because I have receipts,
What one
girl,
are you?
to back up everything
What
I'm
one
saying
are
about
you?
you, baby. I'm not the one for you to
Okay.
be telling me to shut the fuck up and tell me that you're talking. I bet you that much.
I shouldn't have said that to anybody.
That's what I can bet.
I shouldn't have said that to anybody, and I wouldn't say that to you now either.
So sickly obsessed with Lana since day one. What about Kim Coffey?
I'm not obsessed with Lana. I'm obsessed with Lana's destructive, cancerous behavior on this
Natasha,
community.
what is your problem?
I have a problem with Lana's destructive, cancerous, scamming behavior on this community.
You just told me that you were going to show my emails to you about me being vulnerable about my traumatic situation with my family in a video.
If
You
lie
are
about,
a cancer.
if you lie about me, I will prove that you are lying. That is what I will
Okay,
do.
well,
Yes.
okay, let me say this.
Run that back, Tasha. When you get off here, run that back, because that's what she said.
I want to say this really quick, okay? As far as Lana goes, if Lana wants to get up here and defend herself, she can get up here and defend herself. As far what's going on right now is between you and Lynn, not Lana.
Yep. Good point.
Oh,
so leave Lana out of it.
But y'all did a whole 2-hour live on Lana and Shazam. Natasha.
Why?
Natasha.
Why?
You haven't wanted redemption from those things. When the girl
I have never made fun of somebody who's dead.
Hold on.
Ever.
She doesn't want redemption. Sorry.
Natasha, she apologized for that, right? And
okay, but here's the thing. Here's the thing about the apology.
Back her into a corner. So you know what? She said, "I don't know what Lana's thinking. I don't know. I have no idea."
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. You
don't know what Lana's thinking.
Neither do you.
So why are you doing whole lives on this woman? This
because
woman's not
she's
even worried about you guys.
Are you kidding me? How many lives has she done about me?
Natasha.
Exactly.
Who started it? Who started it? She didn't even know who y'all were.
Melissa Jade started it.
No, you started it way before Melissa Jade.
No, ma'am.
Yes, you did.
With Lana.
Yes, you did.
I was with Lana until Melissa Jade.
No,
we made them in.
No,
I was okay.
Before that, you was in it with Crafton and Ken talking all that jazz, all that smack about Kim Kaufman, and then you was talking about Lana. And
okay, have we not made them in? Have we not made them in? Because she was on my channel.
I know that.
Okay. And so that is all in the past. That ain't got nothing to do with that. What started it again?
You know what's
Melissa Jade.
Shazam.
Melissa Jade.
I don't care about Melissa Jade. Melissa Jade's a nobody to me.
You just told me up about how it started.
I know she takes up rent-free space in your head, but not mine.
She doesn't mind. Nobody does. Everybody thinks they do, but they don't.
Who are we talking about?
Here's the thing. This is what I am just sick of the bullshit.
Me too.
I'm sick of the she's a predator. Mandy knows good and well she was thirsty up in her DMs. Mandy knows that. This ain't got nothing to do with Mandy. This ain't got nothing to do with Lana. This is about what you're calling a predator. Stop calling her a predator.
You're not Lana. You're not Lana. You're not Lana. If Lana wants to defend herself, she can do so. If you have an issue with me personally, if I've done something to you personally, let's discuss it.
Oh yeah, you have.
Let's discuss it.
You have, because many times I've been in here trying to talk to you. Matter of fact, you know what? And you just said numerous times that you've never seen me on panel trying to get up here. Yes, I have.
As who?
Myself. Me and
you were blocked.
This is how do you think I got blocked? Because
you're not blocked.
You blocked me.
Nobody has been blocked from StreamYard at all.
No, I was backstage then, and you said, "Oh no, I'm not letting this bitch up here." Blah 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 blah. I'll bring up the live too. I'm not crazy. I don't drink too much, and I don't do drugs, and I remember a lot of shit. And what I do remember is the shit that you did.
Okay, so I wouldn't let you up on a panel. Okay, so I wouldn't let you up on a panel, but I don't even remember.
No, you was talking shit to me.
Do you know how many people I deal with? Do you know how many people I deal with? I don't remember that.
Then stop. Then stop doing it.
I don't remember it.
Why don't you stop doing it?
Doing so what caused us to argue to begin with?
You know, I'll have to think about that one, because at the time it didn't have anything to do with Lana.
Because honestly, I have no idea. I don't remember.
I'm pretty sure I was calling you out on some hypocrisy, because that's what I can't stand. And Lynn, how did I come to you in the beginning on your hypocrisy? Because you wanted to make an hour video on somebody talking about somebody the whole time, and then by the same time you were making that video, you were doing the same shit you were accusing somebody else of doing.
You're talking about Lana again. You're talking about.
But honey, here's the thing. And I say this.
No, actually, I was talking about Kim Kaufman at the time.
I'm saying this with 100% sincerity.
All your content, Lynn, has been about Lana and Kim.
That is another lie. That is another lie.
Mine hasn't.
Girl, stop, Lynn. That's why people call you Lying Lynn. Because you think you gaslight everybody. You think you're so smart, but you're not. Boo, you're not. You're not the manipulator that you think you are. And people are noticing that shit daily. Daily. You need to stop with your bullshit, and you really do need to get some help, Lynn. As you really do. Because you're a ticking time bomb always. You know what? Natasha, you know what? I have seen a lot of your stuff. And whether you know it or not, you have talked to me privately about shit that doesn't even mean shit.
I know that.
Matter of fact, I was the one
Just the other night
about that.
I know. I told you I knew who you were.
Well, right. So that I got a message and I seen your live playing, on YouTube, and I seen that dude and I was like, oh yeah, that's the dude that murdered his girlfriend or whatever. Anyways, here's the thing. I wouldn't have such a big problem with you if you wasn't always in some shit. You're constantly in some shit.
But why?
And I don't want to hear that you're defending yourself all the time.
How am I not?
Because that's not true.
It is true.
No, because you get up there with Crafton and Kim, and y'all are like a crime syndicate for real.
Okay, listen. First of all, how long has it been since they've been on my panel, other than for parodies?
And I think that was a good decision.
Because
Whoever made it, I think that was a good decision.
well, first of all, I don't have to have anybody up here. I'm perfectly capable on my own.
I never said you weren't.
I know that. I'm making a statement. If I did say something to you or do something to you when if I misconstrued a situation in my chat that whatever, and I came at you sideways and you weren't intentionally trying to be obtuse, then I do apologize because I don't want issues with anybody. But
so what do you have to say? I think that you're very calculating.
very.
Yeah, I think you're very calculating, and you.
I am. I think everything through.
Yeah, well, that's not a thing to be proud about, Natasha.
I'm very proud of it because I have to be.
That shows a very manipulative.
No, ma'am. It shows common sense.
Calculating, cunning,
And it shows
diabolical person.
Why is calculating diabolical? If you sit back and observe a situation and calculate your response.
Observation is one thing, but telling people, oh, gather up info on this person. We've seen it all. We knew it was happening anyways because we've seen it.
Okay, let me ask you this question.
Let me ask you this though. You guys just threatened me in chat, right? Lynn said she was 5'6" and she could probably stomp me, and her sons will be standing right next to her, right?
I just said I'm 5'8". I don't know what she was saying.
Right. So Lynn, what about that, girl? You're gonna physically harm. This is
something completely different. I want to go back to what you and I were talking about. As far as
you want me to accept your apology?
No, I don't care if you accept it or not. But what I'm saying is that what does me being calculating have to do with?
You're very vindictive, calculating. Your next move, you think you're always making the best move, But little do you know, you're constantly getting yourself involved in more bullshit and more bullshit and more bullshit. We've seen you lie. We've seen you lie about the Watts house getting raided. We've seen you lie.
I haven't lied about anything.
Well,
I haven't lied about anything.
You didn't know the truth.
I haven't lied about anything. I put information out there that I'm giving. I didn't say it was factual. Not one time.
Was that for clicks and views?
No, it was to find out if it was.
Oh boy, that was your research team, wasn't it?
One of the members of it.
Yeah. So you put out something your research team gave you to ask the public, your subscribers, if it was true or not?
Did you give anybody else information about what was going on? Because all she saw was the cars.
I thought you had the inside scoop with your researchers. Why would you put that out in public like that? That's
probably
that is a mind fuck for people. Anyways, I'm just saying those are some of the things that I've seen you do. My big issue, I don't like you. Honestly, I don't like you talking about Lana. You know why? Because Lana has offered to help people that are in the same situation that my family member is in. Lana is not doing this for vain. She's not doing this for views. She's not doing this for money. Y'all think that fight for her family is bringing her money?
No, she thought it was going to, but it didn't.
She thought it was going to help who? To help who though?
Herself, or her salary.
No.
That she promised everybody.
To help Chris Watts.
Honey, I've seen the text messages that she sent to people promising them salaries.
Yes, no, because that's what people in a nonprofit. You think people work for nonprofit foundations and they don't get paid?
Quite a few.
I have.
Oh my goodness. So you don't think that they set salaries aside for people? I seen them.
First of all, a nonprofit that's just beginning, who doesn't have financial backing, doesn't have money to pledge to people.
She was being, you know what? She was being optimistic about her endeavor. There's nothing wrong with that. She didn't offer nobody money under the slide to do anything that they weren't supposed to be doing. She offered Jay money to do a podcast and to help her with videoing. Let's not get it twisted, ladies. I know we like to paint people out to be something that they're often not.
Honey, you are so far off the mark, and you're trying to.
No, I'm not off the mark.
You are.
No,
you are.
I'm not.
You are. See, here's the thing. You've been talking. Now it's my turn. You've been talking. It's my turn. You can either hush or I'll mute you. One or the other. It's my turn. So you've gotten up here and you have berated Lynn. You berated me. Did I not say it's my turn to talk? If you can't hush, you can get down. Lana's in the chat. If Lana's got something she wants to fucking say, she can get her lying ass up here and say it. If you have an issue about you, speak on it. If you've got an issue about Lana, I don't want to hear it. You are not Lana's soldier. You don't know everything that Lana does.
I sure don't.
So for you to get up here and tell me what I know or what I don't know or what Lana does or what Lana doesn't know is bullshit. Because you don't know.
Hey, is Rose on panel?
No.
Well, she's in the chat back here talking mad shit.
Where?
And Lynn, you don't have anything a word to say to me, asshole. I'm not saying another word. You have nothing to say to me. You're calling me an asshole.
I just told her to be quiet.
She called me that in chat.
I just told her to be quiet.
You think you're slick, Lynn. You're disgusting.
Well, honey, you're not any better the way you're acting on this panel right now.
You know what, Rose? You're lying. I never asked Kim K once could I be a mod. I've never asked anybody if I could be a mod. Ever. So stop lying.
Oh,
no, I didn't, Rose. No, I didn't. Tell Rose to bring her ass up. She wants to talk.
She's on the panel. She's up here.
Okay, well then.
First of all, shush. Bring it down. Stop yelling at everybody.
Stop lying. Tell your people.
I haven't lied once.
Please stop
I haven't
screaming.
lied once. Case of session, I got it. I haven't lied once.
I'm sorry.
Not once. Nothing have I lied about. And as far as what you said earlier about getting people to get information on people, that's sort of what you do on a research team.
Wow.
FYI. get information about people. That particular statement, if you look at which chat that was done in, it was done on purpose because I thought Gina Dasher was giving information to me.
See, that's another thing. The calculation. Like, whose brain thinks like that? Maybe you've been screwed over a bunch of times, and I can understand that. I can understand that to some degree, but you got to be the difference to make the difference, Natasha.
Honey, you don't have a clue. Until you've been in the situations I've been in and you've dealt with people I've dealt with, you don't have a clue. And you ain't got zero right to tell me how I should or should not behave or how I should or should not run anything I have. Those same people that did me dirty are now over there with y'all. That ought to tell you something.
Hey, everybody.
Where'd she go?
Coming back.
I'm waiting.
I'm just not have more to say.
I'm waiting for her to say what she has to say.
Hang on. I think she's backstage. Just a second. Yeah, she's back. Hang on. Okay.
Okay, so I don't mean to talk over you, Natasha, and I will be showing you respect from here forth. But I do want to make the chat aware that this is the type of person Lynn is. Lynn is threatening me in the private chat. She's telling me next time I'm going to hear from her and see her name in print, it's going to be with her attorney. Okay, Lynn, what?
She's saying that because, okay, so let me say this, and I will actually explain to you because I probably, if I was her, would be saying the same thing. Because you came on the panel and you said something about emails. And then you said something else. And then Lynn said that if you wanted to talk about that, she would pull out the emails and show that that's not what happened.
I have the email. I have the email.
Please stop screaming. Please stop screaming. It's not. You're not understanding what you said. You said that y'all quit with the chats backstage. Quit with the chats backstage. Just stop. If y'all want to talk, y'all can talk out here. Just stop. What I'm saying is, you brought the emails up and you were accusing her of being a certain way in those emails. She doesn't agree with your perception.
That's not what I said.
That's
not what I said, Tasha. Let's clarify what I said first. I said.
Hang on, I'm gonna go back and listen. Just give me just 1 minute.
Good.
I'm gonna go back and listen to it because I want to hear it for myself.
Then I would like for you to go look on her chat on the post that she was saying everybody call this number to or whatever report Lana for.
Okay. Hang on, I can't hear both.
Your exchange on a video.
What? Ooh wee, Lynn. Ooh wee.
I just love being accused of it
I confided in you about my trauma, and what did you do? Now you want to show and expose everything that I provided you. That makes you
you let's liar, pants on fire. So Lana can
Damn it. We can't get to the right point. You back to yourself now.
Right.
as everybody starts talking, then I'm done. Because I don't play the game because I don't like to play. So, wait, are you there?
I'm here.
I have confronted you since day one on your hypocrisy and your victimhood. I understand that you might be a victim of trauma and true crime. However, you inflict trauma upon others. I have told you this. I have wrote you an email. I have sent you pictures of my children. And what do you do? What do you do, Lynn? What did you do?
I would be more than happy to share
that. Lying because I have them. I have this email.
Yeah, I do too. So I would be more than happy to share the entire exchange on a video. More than happy.
I'm sure you would.
Okay. All right. So I just heard it. Hang on, I'll unmute you. Okay. So what I just heard is you basically accuse her of being of victimizing you, and she said, "I have those messages. I'll be glad to show them in their entirety on a video to prove that she didn't victimize you." Is that not what I just heard?
Natasha, she did. I'm assuming she was talking about the emails, but what you don't know is that as soon as I got done emailing her, she went back to her public platform and started talking mad shit about me in my situation with the trauma that my children and I have experienced immediately after that. And therefore, that's when she made me a victim of some more trauma because I was vulnerable to her. And I said, look, this is what it is with me. Here's the people that have suffered trauma with me. And I sent her pictures of me and my children. And what did she do immediately? She went right to that. She told me never to contact her again. Fine. I didn't contact her via email again. But I tell you what, as soon as that was done, she went right into the comment section and started blasting me with all of her little suds, talking shit. One of them being any behave that isn't quite on your team anymore, is she, Lynn? But anyways, that's here nor there. But
okay. So no, I don't care about none of that shit. So you have proof that she did this.
It's on her. It is on her comment section.
But I mean, you said you were going to send me.
I can send you the emails that we had back and forth. But immediately after that, she took it to her comment section and started she said nasty things about, oh, that's probably why my family member is in the situation that he's in because of me and da-da-da-da-da. And she used you know how an abusive person, you will compare.
Okay, I don't want to call anybody abusive or anything else, but I do want to say this.
I'm just trying to point out a situation.
I understand that. I understand that. But I would like to see the emails and see the date, time, and then look at the comments and see if they are the same. Because
hopefully Lynn's not going back and erasing things now, are you, Lynn? Because
I'll be able to tell. I'll be able to tell. But if that's true, that's not okay. But I want to see it.
There's plenty of people, even if you can't see it, Natasha, there's plenty of people that will vouch for that.
Because but no, I don't care. Listen, I'm not, that's not me. I don't do the whole take somebody's word for nothing.
You take Lynn's word for shit all the time.
People suck and they lie. No, ma'am. I don't take anybody's word for anything. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I side-eye everybody. And Lana, your dumb ass is about to get blocked again.
Why? Lana has nothing. We're talking about us.
She's in the fucking chat going at people in my chat.
Well, y'all been going at her for hours now.
Listen to me. Did she not just make a lie about me and say I had 7 felonies?
Who started the shit?
Her.
That's wrong. That's wrong, Natasha. You know it, girl.
In your opinion.
I've seen it all unfold.
You've seen what she wants you to see.
Shazam, goodbye.
Yeah, fuck
We're
off, Lana.
wet.
Fuck off. That's what you can do, is go fuck right off. You're so unbothered that here you are. Yeah, bitch, I don't have 1 felony. I have 0 felonies. So your research ain't too good.
Natasha, you
0.
was on SIS probation for a felony. You got off the felony after your
I do not have a felony.
You have one?
I do not have a felony. I might have been charged with one, but I did not have a felony.
You know why you didn't? You know
Because
why you didn't?
I know, because I pled.
successfully completed probation.
I pled to a lesser sentence, Shug. Pled to a lesser charge.
Oh, well,
Did I?
everything, that's semantics.
No, it's
You're
not.
still charged with it.
No.
Oh my gosh. Girl, you just said it don't matter. Natasha, I'm not.
Exactly, it doesn't matter because it's not correct.
Either.
Nobody is. And she sure as shit ain't.
Why are you so, have you not been watching what this person is doing for a family that she did not know? She saw some.
Oh, trust me, I've been watching. She's made an entire clusterfuck out of it.
No, she didn't.
Are you serious?
No, she
you,
didn't.
you agree with the titty bars, the constant drinking,
That's her
the constant
business.
wet pussies,
That's
and wet
you
titties?
sat and talked about a dick for
You're
night
okay
after
with
night for 3 nights.
You're okay with that.
Are you
Every
okay with talking
time.
about somebody's
Is
joke?
this my true crime channel where I'm supposed to be helping a family? No.
Hers is truth and transparency. She's trying to bring truth and transparency to whatever avenues of her life. If that's her business and she goes to strip clubs, that's her business. Don't sex shame. Don't.
You're
fake shame.
completely missing the point.
No, because you're trying to talk about somebody's moral compass, and we're only going.
You
to
don't have one.
See, that's what I'm saying, Natasha.
You
You
don't.
sat and talked, but listen, girl, did you not for the past couple nights sit there and watch that dude in that prancer-sized video and talk about his penis?
I sure did.
So what are you doing? Talking about?
Am I talking about somebody getting wet panties and pussies?
Well, people are sliding in their DMs, showing them her wet panties and her pussies.
Am I going to strip bars and talking about truth and titties Tuesday
wrong with that?
on my true crime channel?
Ted,
Where I'm
why
supposed to
are
help
you
this man
sexing?
not go to prison.
Why are you sex shaming?
I'm not. It's unprofessional.
It's not. That is not your place to say.
So it is. It's out here.
This is your business. This is
It's
your
out
business,
here.
right?
It's out here.
Is this your business?
It sure is. So
And then you sit up on here and talk
I
about
damn sure
your
can too.
business.
I can too. Once again, are you Lana?
Look, this is, you know what? It's exhausting.
She had every opportunity to come up here and say something, but she left your ass up here by yourself while she sits in the chat, going at people in the chat.
She don't have to come up here for me. I'm a big
Why
girl.
don't she get
She's a
that?
big girl too. She's a big girl
She's a
too.
pussy. She just acts like she's a big girl,
Listen, why are you calling people names like that?
but she is.
But is
Anybody that
professional?
makes fun of and mocks a dead woman and her babies,
Now we're back to Shazam.
exactly,
I mean,
she still brings it up non-stop. She wrote a letter on live to my parents, my dead father, and signed it Shazam. But that's okay, right?
I don't even remember that. But it was
Oh,
totally
imagine that.
funny.
But that's okay, right?
I mean,
That was weeks ago. But that's okay.
Natasha,
That's somebody with a moral compass.
you're talking
to
about
bring my
somebody.
dead father up.
You're talking about somebody who you
To
have
bring
locked yourself in
my
this.
dead father up. That's okay.
Natasha,
Answer the question.
I've never even seen that happen.
Well, it did.
Okay, well, I'd have to go back and watch like you because I'm not going to
Go back and watch. It's there.
word for it. But you know what? You're talking about a person that has withstood.
I don't give a shit. So have I.
So why are you inflicting it upon others?
What am I inflicting?
This person has stood against adversity since day one, just by pointing out errors and police misconduct. And
No, ma'am. That's not why she has stood against adversity.
Listen, that's the only reason why she came to y'all's mind. And then she didn't have the same narrative that you
I
guys
didn't
had.
know anything about her until Shazam.
Natasha,
I didn't know anything about her until somebody showed me the Shazam video.
who showed you the Shazam?
One of my team members.
And who showed your team member? Crap.
I have no idea. There's some group on Facebook. No, Lady Vodka, not true. I did have a problem with it. Absolutely had a problem with it. But that pussy she had apologized. Then she sent me an email, a message with Shazam on it. And I said, I don't like that shit. My exact words. I don't like that shit.
Some people have
Then
different
she
humor.
kept on.
You know what? Just because Shanann was murdered, that doesn't make her. She wasn't a martyr. She wasn't anything.
Are
She
you
had her
fucking
flaws
kidding me
too.
right now? I never said
This
she
is what I'm
was.
telling you
But
right
to
now.
make fun of the woman and she's dead?
She was making fun of the fact that the woman put the Thrive bullshit before her family.
Bullshit. I just
Yeah.
showed a video of her talking about colors for the nursery and how Bella would dress up baby Nico. That didn't have one damn thing to do with Thrive. So tell that to somebody who's going to believe it, because it sure shit ain't me, because she's a lying fucking bitch.
Why are you calling her a bitch?
Because she is.
This lady did nothing to you.
She's a lying bitch.
She did
No,
nothing
she's
to you.
done plenty.
Natasha.
She's done plenty.
To you?
Yep.
That's not true. I can tell by your answer.
Me?
I know you don't.
You're
You
doing
don't
it.
care about truth. You care about how you feel.
No, ma'am. I care about truth, and she's a fucking lying bitch. She has lied about me non-stop. Non-stop.
What is
Just
she
like she
lying
did
about?
not. Where she said I had a felony, and I do not.
You was charged with a felony.
I do not have a felony on my record. If I had been charged with a felony,
I don't
it
think
would
she
be
said-
on my record.
I'm pretty sure she didn't say that you are a convicted felon.
She just said it in my chair.
Well, I don't have your background check. Maybe it is. Maybe you are. Maybe you're saying that you're not. I don't
I'm
know.
not.
You know why? Because I didn't see it. I didn't see it. And truth be told, there is a bunch of things on you that says that you have issues with money and stealing money.
People who don't like me, no charges ever.
So your own sister accused you of stealing from her.
Have you talked to my sister?
Didn't like you?
Have you talked to my sister?
Hey,
Personally.
listen, I wouldn't talk to your sister.
You wouldn't go real life? Is that what you're saying? You wouldn't go real life?
What?
That's what you're saying?
Real? What do you mean? No, I would never go to your sister.
Okay. See, these other people that are in the chat with Lana, they do. They try.
You know what? But Lana, y'all live real life on Lana. That's what
I
I'm
ain't
saying.
real life on
Stop
nobody.
with the hypocrisy.
I haven't went real life on anybody. How?
Yes, you did. With the whole
How?
bullshit about her getting evicted and all this bullshit.
Okay. Oh, no. Back up,
Have you
Back
ever
up.
been evicted?
Who did that? Who did that? It wasn't
I don't
me.
know.
Who did it? Angela
But you
Ferris.
just-
Get it right.
You
Get it
co-signed
right.
it. You
Angela
co-signed it.
Ferris.
You co-signed
It's the truth. It's public record, right? It's the truth. Public record.
Still in the house. Do you know that people can be brought up on eviction? They put it through eviction for small things. That don't mean she was evicted. It's ridiculous. You see the
It
lady
sure
still
is.
in her house.
It sure is ridiculous.
So why are you spreading propaganda? It's propaganda. That's all it is. It's to influence the way other people think about her. Like everybody in your chat ain't never had any kind of legal issues. Like they ain't never had no problems paying a bill. Like they ain't had no problems keeping housing. People have
Exactly.
problems.
Exactly. Like the stuff she showed tonight from 2011 when I was getting divorced. That kind of stuff, you mean?
Well,
That kind of stuff.
okay, but Natasha, who went deep diving first?
It wasn't me.
It wasn't Lana. I can tell you
It
that.
wasn't me. It was Angela Ferris.
Oh, now let's blame it on Angela Ferris.
I don't have
But
to blame it. I have proof of it. I posted it on my channel.
But you know what?
He told me about
She
it.
was
I
part of
didn't
your
even know.
research team. She was part of your research team, and she read
Read the message.
Therefore, you
Read the message. No, ma'am. She had done it way before she was on my research team.
Were you not the talking, the voices? That's like somebody doing some shady ass shit in the background in the government, right? And getting information from somebody else, and then coming forward and saying it out loud, and then say, "Oh, well, I didn't discover that. Somebody else did, but I just said it to the public."
No, I own anything I said. I did talk.
Well, then own it.
I did talk about it, but I'm not the one that found it. Angela Ferris brought it to us because her and her team had been digging it.
What? Natasha, you know what? It's just getting real old. It's just old. I know.
Oh, it is getting real old.
Everybody wants somebody to hate, but y'all just refuse to see that Lana actually does do things for the community. This woman goes and sits with seniors and plays trivia. Y'all make fun of that. There is nothing
When does she do
wrong
that?
with what she's doing. Y'all have pictures of her doing it.
She's so busy with her bulletproof vest and everything else. How does she have
Don't
time
worry
for
about
that?
her, bro. Do you not think that she might need a bulletproof vest if she's going to a very corrupt city in Pennsylvania and talking about the corruption there? You don't think she needs to wear a bulletproof vest?
I just think it's funny that the actual news media there wrote about her being what?
Okay, a conspiracy theorist, and then guess what? Lana showed that shit down, but you don't know that because you're too
Did they
blind
retract it?
to see that.
Did they retract it?
That man has not posted one article since because he was
It's
proven
over.
wrong. He was proven
over.
wrong. Is it a conspiracy that judge really did marry that juror? That juror really did? They reported on that, didn't they? And that's what they were calling.
Did it make any difference?
About.
Did it make any difference?
It doesn't matter. That's the truth. You fight.
It still didn't make any difference. It wasn't this big bombshell that
Liz,
every one of them did.
Natasha.
And see, this is the thing. And let me tell you this just a minute. See, this is what's funny to me. All of you have this problem with me. And y'all come over here and you're doing this nonstop in my chat. Do I do this shit to her? Because I don't give a fuck.
You know what?
she
Taylor
says.
Session was just in her chat a few days ago.
I wasn't. This is my channel.
Look, do you understand you've done lives about Lana several times? You don't think
So
we're
has
come
she.
over here and refute?
So is she. I don't want anybody on my side, on my chat,
Remember,
over there
you
say
say you
something
defend
for me.
yourself. You don't start shit. You defend yourself.
I sure do.
Right. That's what Lana's doing. So how can you knock her for doing stuff that you do?
Good for her. I'm not knocking her, Suge. I told her keep doing it. There's nothing she can say or do that hasn't already been done. Have at it.
Well, she's not gonna look.
You just bringing more people to me.
I'm not
It's
laying
2
down.
o'clock in the morning and there are 400 people watching.
Who cares? You're an overnight celebrity, Natasha. 400
cares.
people out of how many billion people in the world?
She cares.
She don't
She's
care.
over here counting to see how many people are
Yeah,
coming.
because not a lot of people don't interact here.
I wonder why. I wonder why.
You wonder why what? People don't.
You don't like me, but you still watch every time I go live.
Actually, no, I don't, Natasha. But I know that you and your friends, they be calling my bullshit out too. They see my little comments and blah, 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 blah. You
I
said my
don't.
name on more than one.
I don't watch that shit. I don't care.
Excuse
That's
me.
not true.
Excuse me for a second.
Scarlett,
Absolutely.
you are absolutely obsolete. You are zilch zero.
Hey,
Nobody
you don't
cares.
tell anybody they're obsolete or zilch.
Hey, you said that you came on here.
She's just as important as you are.
And you said that you had something to say to everyone on the panel, so I'm still waiting to hear what you have to say about me.
Sure, Scarlett.
Because I don't know you at all.
You're bitching about $1,000 that you gave Lana to give to the family? No, ma'am. No, ma'am. You gave Lana that money for Chris Watts' defense. You didn't say it needs to go straight to his family. His family don't want your money. His family don't want your money, Scarlett.
I spoke to Cindy Watts, by the way.
Yeah, and she said, no, we didn't ever get the money. But did she say, didn't she say she wouldn't even take it if they tried to give it to her?
That's right.
Oh, well, then I'm right then. Everything I'm saying is right. She didn't want your money.
No, she didn't.
Nope, it went to Chris. It went to the Fight for a Family Foundation, and that's what you donated it for.
But
You
it was,
donated for
excuse me. It was promised by Lana, quote, quote, to go to Ronnie Watts or Sandy Watts and go to a barbecue with Lana that promised me and pay for my plane ticket that Lana promised me.
To meet the
and to give the money to the Watts.
So you were going to use the $1,000 to get a plane ticket.
No, she said that she would pay.
Hey, do not talk over each other.
She said that she was going to pay for my plane ticket and my hotel stay, and we were going to go to a no barbecue because there was no barbecue plan because the Watts don't even know her in real life.
Okay, they don't know her in real life, but they sure did meet up with her in Colorado. At least
Yes,
once.
but they're not that tight with her, so there you go. And that's all I have to say to you.
They're
So
not
you
tight
have a
with
good
you
night.
either. You were trying to
Because
buy
I
her
don't know who you
way
are,
into
so irrelevant.
Yeah, you're right. It is irrelevant.
No,
You were trying to buy your way into the
you
Watts'
are
life.
irrelevant.
You were trying to buy your way into the Watts' life. You paid a ticket. You paid $1,000 ticket price to have a barbecue with the Watts. Talk about hybristophiliac.
Hey, did I not just say don't call names? You don't know what she is, and you're certainly not qualified to diagnose somebody.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm done with that. Just so y'all.
I will now start reading these comments, which start on a video that I did exposing several of Lana's over the line misconduct against many people in our community, including myself. This is a message thread that mostly takes place on that video. So here we go. Red says, "Nasty woman. We love you, Lana. We got you. These women are jealous. This is why I don't have women for friends. They are so mean." And I say, "I'm sorry you can't have female friends, but it's not the fault of women. Don't put your self-hate on me." Red says, "Bahaha, self-hate, lol, just stating facts. Women are not very nice to each other. Those are facts." And I say, "You are not. Speak for yourself." Red says, "Again, bahaha, I must have touched a nerve. Get off your soapbox." And I say, "Nope, I just like to have the last word." I was being silly. So then another woman comes in and says, No, Lana has done a lot to earn those vids, lol, but I do watch her lives religiously. I did stop going after her about Shazam. I watch her channel cautiously. I do have debates in her chat, but I do like that she is sticking to her binders, lol. But to say we are jealous, that couldn't be more incorrect. I have personally seen Lana be a bottom feeder for a long time, and I'm giving her a chance with her channel. I get it where they say she will bash you and treat you bad just because you disagree. She will think you are beneath her and claim she can't help you if you can't comprehend, lol. I sometimes feel like that about her. Unless you have been on the other side with Lana, you really shouldn't put down the people that speak up against her. Now, I have redacted this person's name all throughout the entire exchange, but I know who it is, and I know that she's Southern and has a heavy Southern accent, so that's why I'm using a Southern accent for her. Now we come to the person that we just heard on the video clip with Natasha. "Trauma and true crime, your comeback is so weak. It is implied that she chooses not to have female friends, not because she can't." That's how she talks. And then Red says to Yellow, "I've seen you in her chats. I'm sure she has said and done things we all have, but she comes with a lot of facts, and I like her personally. I have not dealt with her in a nasty way, and I really have not seen her be nasty to anyone in chat. I think people want to say whatever they want to whoever they want and expect the person to lay down and lick their leg or how dare you defend yourself. And I'm not sorry, but I really do feel that some people are upset because she found things they couldn't." These run-on sentences are amazing. And then she goes on to say, "And I live by this. You are not going to hold me accountable at a higher accountability than yourself." And I say to that person, "If you haven't seen Lana be nasty to anyone in chat, you aren't looking or paying any attention. Happens every day, all the time." And then I say to Blue, "I'm not here to have strong comebacks. I'm not here to prove anything to anyone. I don't have to come out on top of anyone on these conversations. I'm here to have adult conversations with people, not get in bullshit pissing matches with angry keyboard jockeys who get triggered by smart people." Then one of my subs comes in and says, "Jealous? What is there to be jealous of? Please enlighten us. We'll wait." And then I say, "This is off topic," and I compliment that sub. And then I say to Yellow that I really respect Yellow as well, because I've seen how she handles herself. I no longer have that respect. That sub has completely changed her tune. This was how it was 3 months ago. Then the sub says to Red, you haven't seen her be nasty to anyone in chat? Now that's just ridiculous. Either you are just as rude as she is, which is why you don't notice it, or you are completely biased when it comes to her and will defend her no matter what. She is consistently rude to people in her chat. And then Blue says to me, you think you're so incredibly intelligent. That's evident. But you quite actually enjoy making an ass of yourself by replying to people in a hateful and condescending way. Exactly what you accuse Lana of doing. You just accuse this person of hating herself. I guess because she doesn't care for women as friends, and she is in fact a woman. Again, you are assuming again and trying to tell people what they feel, just as you say Lana has no right in doing. You're so intelligent and adult-like, you can't even acknowledge that everything you say is unapologetically hypocritical. Or is it lack of self-awareness, always coming in, not with anyone who calls you out on your bullshit? You display the characteristics of every sophomaniac I've ever met, but do go on. And then Red says to Black, I'm sorry you feel that way, but I really don't see it as being rude, because please explain it. Or when I'm not being rude, I'm really asking. I see that people say horrible things to her and to her about her son. I guess she is just not supposed to respond. I feel like we can all be nasty and crude. I don't know. I guess my opinion is different, which is definitely a no. And then I say to Blue, here's my personal conduct policy. If you must know, if someone straight up attacks me with no knowledge or previous contact with me, I get to make whatever observation I want about their behavior. If I can see that someone might be making a valid point about my behavior or conduct, I'll address that. I'm doing that with you now. I can honestly see why you're saying what you are saying, but telling a person who says to me I'm a nasty woman, I'm jealous, LOL, and I'm an example of why she has no female friends deserved an even worse comment than the one I gave her. You seem to have a lot of pent-up rage. Are you religious? Maybe you should be the topic of my next video. And then Blue says to me, here's my policy. If you or anyone is on some bullshit, I'll call you out on it. I simply called you on your bullshit, and then you've assumed I have pent-up rage. Here you go again. You, sweetheart, have put yourself out here on a public platform so expect people to criticize you. I don't care at all what you say to me or about me, other than to prove that you yourself are guilty of the very same things you're accusing others of. Sometimes the truth hurts. You haven't bothered to self-reflect at all, I see. Also, you seem to now be assuming I'm religious. Where does that come from? What would make you assume such things? It's apparent you're raging about Lana, so I could assume that you may be releasing some pent-up rage yourself. With every comment, you diagnose yourself through projection, and I find that hilarious. You should probably just stop. You look foolish. So then I say to her, are you religious? That is a quote directly from my comment above. That is not an assumption. That is a question. And you built your entire rage fest saying that I made an assumption, which is provably false. When I say I have proof, I back it up. I try to make it clear that I'm willing to be proven wrong, and I'm not to be considered a doctor or a lawyer, so stop your bad mouthing. All the criticism you point at me applies to Lana times 1,000%, so go point your rage at her. Then Blue says to me, okay, so it's all true and 100% facts now. When you have a disclaimer that says allegedly in my opinion on your vid, remember you declared it such in one of your past comments. So which is it, facts or opinions? We're not talking about Lana being hypocritical. We're talking about you being a hypocrite. Nice deflection. I see you, girl. Laugh emoji. Now you've spent an entire video again talking big shit about Lana doing this and doing that. I'm saying you're a hypocrite because you're literally doing the exact same thing that you are accusing Lana of doing. Your facts, as you call them. I don't have to go to my point of rage at her. You're doing a damn good job of releasing your rage for her throughout the vids you post. So let's get to the point where you acknowledge your rage toward Lana and your hypocrisy. Your time spent deflecting could be time spent reflecting. Thou dost protest too much. Stop talking your shit and fostering mob mentality, focusing on Lana, and focus on yourself and your content. I came here for you and to hear about trauma and crime, not about your contempt for Lana. At this point, you are considered a drama channel in my opinion. How does it feel to have Lana live Lana live rent-free in your head. I can guarantee she's not worried about you in the least. I hope I can come here and be entertained by you as much as you seem to entertain yourself. I'm still in disbelief every video, and I accidentally erased that and I can't get it back. You've written where you squint, you see the entirety of your video. Also, you should be proud of your intelligence. That must be a way for you to say you do not have any educational experience to be making the kind of psychoanalytical statements you've been making. Fair enough. Enjoy your night. Oh yeah, my spiritual belief system is irrelevant, and you're absolutely right. You didn't assume. You asked a question. What would prompt you to ask that? And then I say to her, get it all out yet? And she says, the question is, have you? Or are you going to release another video protesting Lana, putting your hypocrisy on full display, fostering mob mentality? And then Yellow says to her, I'm totally against them saying something about her son. I said something to that person. And then Blue says to Red, I'm sorry I hijacked your thread. I wanted to respond that anyone who mentions a child and says nasty things about them is a completely vile person. Children are innocent and the most purest individuals on this earth, completely off limits. And then Yellow says to Blue, oh my God, yes. The person that mentioned her child needed a bish slap, and I was there to defend Lana. Even the ones that were talking about her on drugs and ADD and all that was also unnecessary. I just have issues with stuff she has done, and I'm enjoying the content. I most certainly don't always agree, LOL. And then I say to Blue, there are 12 videos on my channel. This is the second video I have done on Lana. But you wouldn't notice that, I guess, since you just follow Lana around on YouTube. I have a lot more to say than what is going on in Lana's world, but it turns out that she ripped me off, sexually harassed me and others in plain sight, kept saying her site was a nonprofit when it clearly is not, and breached a new member's privacy in retaliation. So let's say that you're 100% correct, and I'm a horrible hypocrite. Are you saying that being a hypocrite deserves more of your hate-filled moral indignation than Lana does? And Lana deserves your loyalty and money and for you to fight for her battles? Sorry, but that is troubling to me. By the way, did you notice that I said good things about her in this video? And also that my first response to that person in this thread was to tell her I was sorry she couldn't have female friends? Go figure yourself out. Then Blue says to me, your response to blah blah was that she cannot have friends. She said she chooses not to have female friends. It was a false apology and condescending, period. Secondly, I do not follow Lana around YouTube. That's merely you projecting again. I'm sorry to help you out here, Deborah Bix. That's me. Here's your complaints. I'd like to get them straight and make sure I understand. You go to Lana's chat using an alias. She announces Deborah has become a member. She doesn't mention your alias name. Last name, by the way. She didn't dox you at all. You admitted this is an alias you use. She didn't reveal your legal name. She didn't reveal any personal info about you. You indeed doxed your own alias. 1 minute you say she shouldn't pretend to know what you feel or think. Even 10 minutes later you say you have a good idea what she's thinking. You say that she shouldn't insult people's intelligence or tell you how you're feeling. Then you proceed to tell people who say that women are often nasty to each other that she has self-hatred. You then proceed to tell me I have pent-up rage, telling us how we're feeling. Then I've seen you in this thread insult people's intelligence and insinuate they are not intelligent. I think you did that to me. I don't know. I forget. Last of all, I am sorry that you were a victim of sexual abuse. However, Lana doesn't know that, I'm sure. Also, I think she was insulting you because you stalk her around like you may have some odd sexual feelings toward her. I'm almost wondering if the mods may have had an idea that you were using an alias and also made some correlation to your actual channel. One did mention something to the two in the thread. Anyhow, I do understand why you would create and use the alias and sign up under your alias for investigating purposes. No real scrutiny there. Finally, I do want to say this. I think you have good intentions. I hope so, at least. But the path to hell is paved with good intentions, as they say. Take those 2 cents and store it away for a rainy day, donate it, or whatever. Your good intentions may snowball into some really horrible consequences for you or the mob. It may lead to someone hurting Lana or her child. Things that you could carry guilt for in the future. The same goes for Lana. I hope you can work things out. I'd like to see you guys have a thought-provoking conversation with each other. And then I say to her, honestly, Red came to my channel and called me a nasty woman. I had the right to say whatever I wanted to her and held back, just as I have held back with you. While you have unleashed a misdirected tirade all night long, you are putting feelings and motives on me that aren't there. Deborah's rights were violated. Lana was not responding to any private messages. Deborah had no choice but to go to the live chat to ask Lana for a response. Do you have another suggestion for what Deborah should have done? If you would have been in her shoes, Lana still has not responded to Deborah, me of course, even though her mods and she said she would. Are you going to yell at her about being a hypocrite about that? I have it screen recorded. I just didn't put it in because the video would have been too long. I really don't need you to tell me I have good intentions. I know I do. You can knock yourself out criticizing me here as long as you want. At least I have the guts to say a million times that I'm willing to be proven wrong and say good things about her and not move on over to being nasty the moment I can't come up with a solid argument. Your theory about her believing that I'm stalking her is an absurd form of victim blaming. She does not target just me. She does what I describe to many people. Your comments make it clear that you didn't even watch or pay attention to my video. You're just angry that I made a criticism video about Lana because I make this completely clear. And then I said, I just reread the thread and totally agree that many of my comments come off as condescending and like I'm talking down to the person. These are explanations, but not excuses. 1, you may notice that I don't do that until I'm attacked first. And that's because I really agree that people have no right to outright name call and bully on here, and I'm allowed to stand up to that. 2, I'm extraordinarily proud of my education because I almost didn't get one because I had to be thrown into a rehab when I was 18 because I started using drugs and alcohol when I was 12 and my mom couldn't handle me. I come from a working class family and I'm the second person in our family to graduate from college. My mom graduated from college when I was an adult. I worked full time while going to college and graduated when I was 26. My education saved me. If I didn't get educated, I wouldn't be here. So I like to use it as much as possible. Unrelated, why do you constantly insist on pointing out my intelligence as if it's a bad thing? And then Red says to me, well, that's 100% a false statement coming from the person who said she has to have the last word. Talk out both sides of your mouth a bit. And then I say to Red, I have a saying. I'm always up for the debate without the hate. All you bring is the hate. Seriously. I'm done with this conversation unless you want to talk about a topic other than how horrible you think I am. And then Red says to me, I replied to a comment you left on Lana's page. You sweets are a vile, angry, women, the type of women I would choose not to be friends with. You wear your anger like armor. You can smell it a mile away. And then Red says to Yellow, I have been following this case from day one. To imply I don't know things, you are way out of line. I know a lot. I have read and reread the discovery. Just because I don't challenge every word doesn't sometimes means nothing. Sometimes it's okay to be quiet. She means quiet. It doesn't mean I don't know what's going on. Sometimes the person who talks the loudest knows the least. God gave us one tongue and 2 ears for a reason. I pay attention to what you say. I look into what you say. I find you intelligent. Then Red says to my sub, here goes, because lots of women can't stand to see other women achieve something. That's why women are jealous of each other, at backstabbing. If you say you have not been these things, then you are a liar, because I base my comments on facts. Just look at all the mean, vile, hurtful things you say. You bring nothing to this case. Too busy calling names and attacking her child. Typical women. And then Blue says to me, bring me your comments. I'm a big girl again. Your vile personality says it all. And then Yellow says to Red, okay, I thought I was done with this thread, but I'm clearly not. Oh, I'm going to move to the next one. Okay, I thought I was done with this thread, but clearly not. You implied that you have not been around because you are calling this creator vile and nasty and stated you never saw Lana do anything but find new evidence and everything. Everyone is just jealous. I tried to ride the middle of the fence. Yeah, you tried. I get this creator's point and her accusation of Lana. Now you get it, don't you, girl? I get this this creator's point and accusation of Lana putting her info up. Lana said in the live yesterday that she was only trying to show this person acknowledgement for becoming a member. I know Lana was being passive aggressive. She didn't fool me and didn't fool this creator either. You don't find it ironic that you came and attacked this creator and calling her vile and nasty when in fact that is a description most give about Lana, LOL. Now since Lana apologized on CK, I have backed off her and not out to attack. I use humor and smart mouth comments, and if I cross a line, I donate to her chats. She is working hard and trying to redeem herself, but you act people are coming at Lana because she discovered new info. That made you seem new as well. The fact that you can't discern Lana's actions from before her channel with J4J or KK also indicates you are only placing your judgment on her current channel. And even then, I see Lana that is passive aggressive and condescending. She is known for twisting it up. I have more recently been defending her on certain instances. Deaf when someone brought up her kid. She is saying she is being unbiased, but if you've been watching her like you say you have, then you know she does have biased opinions, and that is okay. I have tried to look at this case from every creator's POV and don't always agree, but I know the amount of work she has put in and can respect that. Now, you say you sit back and listen, but that's not the case here at all. You would have heard this creator out. Instead, you came here name calling. This creator has valid points. I like you, Red, in the chats, but I am an unpopular person in there, but I am mostly respectful even when I try to get her to acknowledge her shortcoming on presenting the whole truth. I understand about the 35C and am for it. People are against it in Lana. I see it as we can get to the truth of some topics and people and get NK on the stand. Clear NA, and guess what? Chris is still in jail. No harm, no foul except for the cost of court, which I find justified since so much is unanswered by Shanann, Cece, Bella, and Nico deserve. And Chris should have the opportunity to correct any mishandling of the case he felt was done. And then Blue says to me, your intelligence is not something I try to make a bad thing. There's absolutely nothing wrong with being intelligent. And then Red says to Yellow, I replied to a nasty thing she said. First of all, what I said about not choosing to be friends with women. She came at me again. I have my opinion. At least I thought I like you. I think you have great skin in the game, but I'm not backing down. And I said that to her because I think she is, and whatever Lana has done is in the past. She doesn't change. It doesn't change that she has accomplished, period, and I don't live in the past, and she isn't by far the only one that's passive aggressive, period. I'm done with this. All of this just proves what I said anyway. You have a beautiful day. See you around YouTube. And then I say to Red, scroll up to the top of this thread and look at the first comment and rethink your entire thought process, and then come back to me and consider editing your comment. This entire thread flows from your vile comment at me. I don't know you from a hole in the ground, and vice versa. And then Blue says to me, nope, have a blessed day. And then Yellow says to Red, fair enough, but I never asked you to back down. Just recognize this whole case gets us all worked up. Just let's take a deep breath and get through jury selection. This is for the mock trial that Lana was having on her channel 3 months ago. There's going to be enough drama without everyone getting tangled. See you all tonight in the live. And then I say, have fun. I won't be in any Lana live for a long time. And then Red says to Yellow, I personally do not have any desire to be on the jury, but and then they go on and talk about the mock trial on Lana's channel for a few more comments. And I note that Lana calls her mod squad the bod squad, and that it's another one of her sexualizations. And they talk more about the mock trial, more. And then I jump in and I say, can I just point something out here? I've been accused by Blue in this thread of fostering mob mentality for me and against Lana. Mob mentality involves trying to control a crowd's thoughts about perceived enemies by banning them from associating or befriending them, walling them off from anyone who could come in and pollute their minds about the leader. Which creator went on her channel and said she would no longer allow comments on her channel unless you were with her agenda? Which creator sent people over to the other creator's channel to attack her, saying, I have eyes everywhere, even though it's evident that those attackers watched probably 5% of the video and had no idea what it said and proved? Which creator deletes most of the comments that end up under her videos because they are so negative, and which creator never deletes negative comments and has allowed 2 people, one of which has started this thread by calling her nasty and jealous, to sit on her channel and talk about the other creator as if she's the Justin Bieber of true crime, even after that creator has just been proven in this video to have ripped off, sexually harassed, retaliated on, and bullied the creator of this channel. Which creator got butthurt by Yellow even daring to comment on another creator's channel, making Yellow fear for her ability to participate in an event that should have no such barriers to entry? Yellow, have I ever tried to control your thoughts, feelings, or behaviors with Lana or anyone? Why would one need to emotionally blackmail you to keep you in her circle? Food for thought. Carry on your celebrity crush fest on a fraudulent predator. LOL. And then Yellow says to me, I'm sorry, meant no disrespect, hogging up the thread. And no, I do not think you try to control anything in your comments. And I know, laugh, laugh, it's crazy, but I can't help myself with her channel as of late. Okay, girl, I'm off the thread. Again, I apologize. And I say, no problem. I just wanted to point that out. Have a great day, hun. And then and then my sub comes in and says, thank you. I will always side with the people who are honest, blah, 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 blah. And then Red says to my sub, and neither do I. You can take that to the bank, Missy, and I wasn't talking about you specifically. Learn to read you are absolutely ridiculous. So bring it, be rough behind that keyboard, or I dare you. And then Yellow, it's actually Red, says to my sub, I'm waiting, you vile human. And then that person says, here's my email. Stay off this lady's thread, so come bring it if you want my phone number and address. Let me know, sweets. And then I say to Red, I know you thought it was really funny to hang out in my comments and say whatever you want for a day or two. I'm not sure if you thought y'all were changing me or anyone who comes over here, but this thread makes up about 75 of 500 comments, 15% of this video, and I'm willing to bet you never even watched the video or looked at the other comments. I let this thread play out so people can see how people act over on that side of Planet Watts, how their logic flows, and how they attack people when they've run out of rational things to say. It's all on display right here in this very thread. Next time you come over here, if all you do is viciously name call and taunt people, I'll warn you one more time, and if you just can't help yourself, I'll block you. I like to give people their chances. We're here to talk about true crime, not each other. Lana is actively committing crime, and I had a duty to report. Have a good day. And then Red says to me, and she's yelling with the all caps, block away, you're no loss to me, period, and your opinion is insignificant, LOL, so please do, you are a complete and utter bore, you will be gone soon enough with your victimology, oh my god, take your tiny little insignificant channel and go away, I'm seriously yawning, I'd rather watch paint dry, LOL, and you're right, I had no clue who you were before I replied to your comment about Lana, who seems to have a lot of something in that small brain of yours, which I find amusing, you spouting about sexual harassment by her and trying to push that on other people. Oh my god, it's just too funny. And then she says to me again, hey, I just realized you can make a whole video there. I just gave you some new content about all the things I have said. Feel free to use my name, by the way, not a false name at all. It's my God-given birth name. I don't hide behind fakeness, although she's had like 3 different names. Oh, and say what I want. No, I responded to all the nasty things you said about me, so bye, you're boring. And I said to Red, if my opinion is so significant, you were compelled to write a full paragraph of insults in all caps to make sure I hear you. Got it. And then I said, so boring that you keep coming back to tell me over and over again. This thread will stay here to display the ignorance, failed logic, and hostile motives of the snipers who plan on Planet Truth and Transparency. And then Red says to me, you go, girl. And I only keep coming back to your ridiculous channel to respond to the ignorance on display. Lady, you're a waste of time. Stop threatening me and yapping at me, and I won't grace your boring channel with my beautiful presence. This is no doubt the most excitement you have had on your channel since you started the boring, non-informative channel. And then I say, let it be known that literally minutes after Red wrote the comment to which I am replying, feel free to use my name, by the way, not a false name. It's my God-given name, birth name. I don't hide behind fake names. She changed her name, laugh emoji. That's just the way people fly over there on that side of the planet. And then I say again, note readers, 2 comments ago, again, this person said she has never watched a video on my channel and came over here to attack me on behalf of her butt buddy Lana. Now she boasts about her ignorance and hostility towards me while saying that my channel is boring and non-informative. In the meantime, Lana has appointed her a juror in her Chris Watts mock trial. This person in this thread is one of Lana's jurors. That is quite literally a mockery. And then Red says to me, oh, I love you too. You just can't seem to get me off your mouth. I feel lucky. She can't spell. Oh my God. And I say, love how that trial is going. CK's going to be prosecutor. Nope. Robbie's going to be judge. Nope. She made all those announcements without their permission, and it's coming back to bite her. I guarantee you that if you watch all of my videos, you will learn 1,000 times more than you do on traps and delinquency. I don't have to emotionally blackmail people to make and keep friends. And then I also say, if that is how you judge people's sentiments about you or anything else, I feel sorry for you and any jury you're sitting on. Also, I wouldn't know you if you were sitting right next to me, but based on how you talk to me on my channel, you're repulsive. And she says, boring. And then she says, wrong. But whatever, she made no announcement about CK other than the fact that CK said it wasn't up to her and it wasn't up her alley, and Robbie agreed. So get your info right before you yap. And she says, I have not watched any of your videos, but I will, and we shall see. You never know. Then she says, also, you do keep trying to engage with me. I'm so confused about this. You said we were going to block me, then you don't call me names, accuse me of being or saying things I am not, nor do I say you assume things about me. I'm so confused by you. Now you are suggesting watch your videos because I will learn so much more. Just wondering if you stop trying to engage with me, I will have nothing to say to you. And then she says, I'm going to listen to what 14 videos I think you said you had. We will see what you say about what you talk about. If I'm way off base, I will admit I am. And then I say, she made several bombshell announcements yesterday, and one of them was that CK would be a prosecutor. Then she came on today and said CK said it's not my cup of tea. She clearly lied. It's toxitainment. It's not serious or useful or helping any damn family. And Red says, but buddy, oh my God, sexual harassment 100%. How dare you imply my sexuality? You are doing and calling me the same thing you do to other people. What the heck? I hope you leave all this up so people can see how you love to talk out both sides of your mouth. Only thing left is for you to rip me off, LOL. And then she says, oh, and I did what I said I would do. I have watched 5 of your videos. They are rather informative. I will give you that. And then I say to her, I'll leave it up. I leave all my comments up unless it's another person brutalizing another person or they're linking to porn. You came rushing over here to call me a nasty woman, to say you loved Lana, and to call me jealous. And you had no information about me. All you knew is that I made a video about Lana that you didn't even watch. I'd say calling you a butt buddy after that and everything you have said to me me in her defense is not only observant, but mild. However, if you are offended, I am happy to apologize because that is the kind of person I am. But I kind of doubt you're offended. You're just happy you caught me maybe saying something hypocritical, yes? You need to understand something called nuance and context before rushing over to defend a woman who lied, ripped me off, breached my privacy, retaliated on me, and sexually harassed me as a way to gain power over me and shut me down in an argument. No one will shut me down, especially that way. And guess what? It's not okay to tell someone they have come over to lick her panties or they have a thirsty booty just by asking her a legitimate question. A mother of 5 boys should really learn these differences and not bully someone for her friend like a high school girl. I am by far not the only person she harasses. She harasses anyone with a legitimate question that challenges her narrative. She is a straight up bully, and because of that, she is going to talk herself right off the internet by no one else's fault but her own. Let me know if you have any video requests. I happen to have a lot of knowledge and experience. I don't have to say I do over and over again, and I don't have to fill up time talking about how great I am and how horrible everyone else is and getting revenge on other people. I just do my informing, and people take it for what it's worth, and I let them think what they think and don't go nuts when people dare to have a negative opinion about me. Maybe help your gal over there learn how to deal with criticism, and she won't have to sexually harass people as much. Have a great time with the rest of the mockery she is making of a serious case. Nice to see she has such impartial jurors who make such unbiased opinions about people before taking action upon them. And then I show that's sarcasm. And then she says to me, LOL, 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 you go girl again, talking about out both sides of your mouth. And then I say, again, displaying your lack of reading comprehension or grasp of nuance. And she says, okay. Then I say to Blue, you thought Janet Tucker was me, Deborah Bix, and I'm the weak one? Janet Tucker is real, sister. In case you haven't figured it out by now, there are fewer Lana supporters than skeptics, and they like to just kind of wander into Lana's lives to see the train wreck and wander out. And that stream was for sure a train wreck. As train wrecks go, they keep getting better all the time. Now, this was in reference. This is now 2 months ago. It's on the same thread, and a person named Janet Tucker was in Lana's chat, and she was accused of being me. So then Blue says to me, let me also add, the fact that you have such animosity toward Lana and find joy in thought that her lives are train wrecks speaks volumes about your character, not hers. She doesn't even know who you exist, sweetheart. But I'm sure you'll make more content about Lana. Anything for views, huh? And I say to her, you may not have figured it out by now because I know you don't gaze past your navel, but my content goes way beyond Lana, and so does my audience. I'll stop doing content on her when she stops ripping people off in plain sight and openly hurting the victim's family, even after her father comes in and tells her she's an imposter to her face. Deal? Then Blue says to me, girl, Frank comes into a lot of people's lives, even the ones who stick up for his daughter. It's a rite of passage. I don't watch your content because you're hateful and boring, and your virtue signaling is pathetic. Not to mention one of the biggest hypocrites on YouTube. When I see you in chats like Crafton and Red Kims, I already knew what was up. Better jump on board with all the other creators who talk shit on Lana and are speaking. And I forgot to get the rest of that comment. I said, laugh. I didn't know who you were until you commented on my channel, and you seem to know a hell of a lot about me, so I'm not sure how you can say you don't watch my content. I better get on board or what? You gonna beat me up for her? Who's giving her due credit? They're all just using her like she's using them. Get a life. And then she says to me, I've watched 2 of your videos, and both all you do is rant and virtue signal and victimize yourself. What are those creators using her for exactly? Ever since they've been cordial with her, I haven't seen them make one vid about her. You're nasty, hateful, and condescending. You want me to get a life, but you're the one who wanted to get my attention by commenting on a post a month old. Girl, bye. Then she asked if she could send me an email. And I said, sure, you can send me an email. That's totally fine. It's totally fine if you want to send me an email. And I gave her my email address. So this is what she said to me in the email. She said, "We have had several interactions over the past few months and none of them ended positively. I want to speak to you as an adult, as a woman, and as a voice of reason. I hope maybe we can develop a common ground. Let me start by saying this. I have never had a private conversation with Lana. However, I do advocate for her cause. I want to start a dialogue with you about trauma. Have you ever stopped to think about and hold yourself accountable for the parts you're playing in causing others to suffer through traumatic events? I'm not here to argue, Lynn. I just think you're intelligent enough to understand that what you're doing is wrong on so many levels. You are and can be a better person than this. I know you can." And so my response to her was, if you really care about trauma, you would not be advocating for Lana. I don't want to hear from you anymore. So then she says, "See how you misconstrue what I sent? I said I advocate for her cause. Let me tell you a little bit more about where I'm coming from here." And then she goes on to tell me the story about a family member and her family who's in a difficult situation. And then she says, "If we had somebody like Lana or her foundation, my person wouldn't have received that time at all." Okay. So then I respond and I say, "I'm truly sorry for what happened to your person, but Lana and her foundation would be the worst thing to ever happen to him. You have been attacking me as one account or another since day one. If I sent you a timestamped notarized video via certified mail of Lana in close-up, R-ing someone with her trace DNA on it, confirming 100% that it was her, you would immediately find some conspiracy to put the blame on someone else. Do not contact me again or I will report you for harassment." So after that, and contact is contact. It's not just email. It's anywhere. Okay? So she also sent me a different email from a different email account with pictures of her kids in them, which I will not show here, but it didn't have any comment. But what she said in it was, "This is trauma. Look at this, Lynn. This is trauma." That's all those emails said. Okay? So then she comes to my channel after I've told her never to contact me again and starts writing vile comments on my channel. And these are my replies. She has since deleted her comments, but she was lying, mischaracterizing me, mischaracterizing our interaction, and saying that I traumatized her in the email interaction and that I victimized her. So I replied to her saying, "You have never once been reasonable to me. Why should I expect any different now? I responded to your email, read it and heed it." And that's the email where I said, "Don't contact me again." But she did. She came back. So now we come to this comment. This is my response to her, where she mischaracterizes our entire email exchange, accuses me of victimizing her, of traumatizing her. So I reply to her deleted comment, and my comment will help understand what she accused me of. And I say, "You've come to my channel and misrepresented our email interaction, relentlessly attacked my name and character, attacked my subs, and admitted that I told you never to contact me again or I would take action. This is after attacking me in hundreds of comments throughout the months, all on behalf of the same YouTuber. You have never been reasonable, and you have never, ever opened your mind to anything I have to say. You are only satisfied if your distorted, perverted versions of the truth is accepted wholesale. How stupid can you and everyone in that channel be? Who do you think I am? Do you know what it means when someone ends an email by saying, 'Do not contact me again or I will report you for harassment'? Apparently not, because here you are, not only being a hateful person who's defending an even worse person, but having a full conversation on my channel with one of her mods that you could have anywhere else on YouTube. If it weren't pathetic, it would be hilarious. I'll end my little message with this. Based on your performance over the last few months, I can see why your person ended up where he is. You seem like a terrible whatever to me. Never show your ugly mug here again. P.S. I privated 3 videos today about anal. That's Lana. Go and look at my channel. Is it empty? Now go F yourself. But no, she came back. She came back for more. She left another comment. So I yelled at her in all caps and said, "Are you out of your black vomit-filled mind? I have told you numerous times under no uncertain terms not to contact me, and you keep doing it. The only reason I don't block you is to see how dumb you are, and you keep doing it. I have not ever one time harassed you. You are relentlessly harassing me, and I will not stand for it. Do not contact me again." But she still does. Here we are a month later in July, and she is on my channel, where I told her she's no longer welcome. And she responds to somebody named Vicky Hill, who had left another disgusting comment, and says, and I say, "Do you want to tell Vicky how many times I've told you never to contact me again, both on my page and in private messages, and yet here you are?" What does that tell us? That your emotional need to poop an insult out of your mouth is more important than whatever consequences may come to you as a result of being told to stop over and over and over and over again. Do you have kids? Is that what you teach them? That when a person says no, it really means yes? Then run back to the dumpster you came back from. And I will repeat it again. Do not ever show your profile on this page again. And do not email me or contact me through any other means. I do not want to hear from you. You are a twisted, unhinged, sadistic nightmare who would kill me if they saw me in the street, and I know it. Yeah, that was how I felt. So, does that stop her? No, doesn't stop her. She continues. Now, this is not on my channel. This is on Dear Terms of Service, where she addresses me and says, "Dear Debris, I'm not sorry about anything I've ever said to you or about you because, well, I was right. Love, your number 2 fan." So that was on July 28th. And I don't know when this exactly was, but I believe this was in Lana's chat where she says, "Hey guys, let's regurgitate the contrived SABS because I need to pay my rent." So she's implying that I made up the worst part of my entire life. Okay. Yeah, people just make that stuff up. Fine. Okay. Then she comes to my Insomnia True Crime page and says, "Nope. You took your fight straight to your POS Patreon. Leave me alone. Leave people alone, Lynn. You're dangerous, and you publicly shame people's trauma. Some people don't want to live being looked at as a victim like you. You simply cannot be trusted with one iota of personal information on anyone. Stop stalking and cyberbullying. It is a federal crime." So this was left on my page a week ago, after I've told this person countless times, do not contact me again, stop bothering me. And this is also well after she has come to Natasha's panel to confront me, which was also after I told her to leave me alone.